A very good afternoon from a very hot Yogyakarta station, and the sun is of course right in my eyes. We're going to the airport by the airport train. Let's head over because it's way too hot here. That's an old group. This is the airport train check-in, and I have my ticket on my phone already, so that's easy. Let's pull that one up. That's how it works. That's really easy. Boarding is 14 minutes before departure. It's 27 minutes before departure now. Normally I can wait here. Air conditioning is pretty low. Not too hot, but we're heading over to our train directly. The train is parked on the far end of the station, seen from the waiting area where all passengers will have to pass through to get into the station. For me, this is no problem, but if you need to bring luggage with you, it's a bit of a trip to get to the actual airport train. And yes, you can hire a porter to do the heavy lifting, but still. This is not helped by the fact that Yogyakarta station doesn't really have a proper layout. Intercity trains stop here as well, though passengers need to board from the northern side, while passengers for the airport Railink and commuter line need to take the southern entrance. But each has its own route still. Proper signage would help for sure, but as you can see, there is a lack of that. This causes people to take the shortest path to their train, by simply following the very first passengers. This then needs to be corrected by station staff, basically creating chaos where there is no need for it. There is free seating, so you can just sit down where you like. You might want to walk to the far end of the train though, as most passengers will, of course, pick the nearest seats, especially those with luggage in the form of suitcases and cardboard boxes. As you can see, there is plenty of space here, while this train was almost sold out before departure. Now the main inconvenience, which is of course the entire booking process and availability of trains. First of all, no luggage racks are available in these trains. That's probably because these trains weren't intended to be used as airport shuttles, but more as commuter line trains. With some luck, there is an empty seat next to you, because those overhead storage spaces aren't too big either. Secondly, you can only book these airport trains 7 days ahead, which will probably be fine, but if you really need to be on one, reservation is strongly recommended, as some of these trains do actually fill up entirely a few days in advance, let alone during holiday season. A somewhat worse point is that there are two separate types of trains running. There are a limited number of express trains that make the trip to the airport, or from for that matter, in roughly 35 minutes. The regular trains do make a short stop at Yogyakarta station and take 39 minutes. What's that 4 minutes worth? Well, the express trains currently cost 50,000 rupiah, or short of €3 for a single trip, where regular trains, which only take 4 minutes longer, are only about €1.20 for a single trip. Quite a difference, so expect these cheaper trains to fill up faster than the express ones. But another major flaw of this airport train is the schedule it runs on. The 20-odd return trips are spread throughout the day, but while there is a clear schedule, it isn't something you can count on, which is something you might expect from an airport train. What do I mean by can't count on? Well, I don't mean that trains might or might not run. That's out of anyone's control, unfortunately. What I do mean is that the schedule can't be easily remembered, as departure times are scattered throughout the day, but do not depart, for example, on the hour or every half hour or so. No, you need to remember the exact departure time of your train to get to the train station on time. This is similar to Jakarta's automated people mover trains that run every 13 minutes. Yes, every 13 minutes. So basically you never know at what exact minute there is one coming or not. They should run every 15 minutes, then you would know instantly when there will be a train ready or not. That makes sense, right? Well, Yogyakarta's airport train doesn't operate like that, so suck it up. At least they named the trains correctly, so you can't go wrong there. We are back at the Yogyakarta airport train. We are now at the international airport of Yogyakarta and going back to Yogyakarta city, which takes about 40 minutes. I just arrived on the same train, but I was on the far end here, which is really noisy because the engine is there. Right now I'm on the far end, which has no engine and also almost no passengers. It's really quiet here. This is the far end of the train. Over there at the end is the noisy bit with the engine. That's the one I took on the way here. There is of course a cabin here, a cab. We'll be leaving in a few minutes time. All the way back to Yogyakarta city. Now we have complained about a few points for this airport train. Let's also point to the positives here. While the original airport is located in the center of the city, this new airport is of course much more capable of handling future growth, and noise levels in the city have come down substantially. Ever since this airport was designed, it was with the intent to have it connected by a railroad. This eventually worked out, but the airport started operations before the airport station or any new track was laid down. But now it's there, it works. I understand that sharing a track with intercity trains and such isn't ideal for working out schedules, but I'm pretty sure they can figure out a schedule to fit these 20 odd return trips into. It's something small, but it will help create some ease in traveling.